Hello everyone, this is Angela of Morbid Heart Designs. Welcome to this week's video that's not a horror movie, but a horror movie related piece of art with a little bit of story. Last month I introduced the 13th Ghost series, counting down to 2021 when it is the 20th anniversary of this movie that is amazing in my mind. I don't think I've ever met a single horror movie loving person who doesn't at least credit this movie for the designs of the creatures, the ghosts, the concept behind it. They will all agree the execution is at 100%, but there is a lot of awesome to make this a guilty pleasure horror movie. So we're gonna move on to the second sign of the 13 Ghosts Black Zodiac, and that is the torso. Before we go into the story of the torso, here's some little known facts. Maybe not little known, but little known to me. When the torso is present, you do hear the sounds of muffled screaming. Given the state of his ghostly body, it's not surprising and very appropriate. In this movie, the torso was portrayed by Daniel Weasley, who is a double amputee, and I 100% support that they used an actor whose body type fit the character instead of CGing the limbs out. Thank you, Hollywood, for actually hiring somebody of that body type appropriate. In the amazing book in this movie, when you come to the torso's page, below it you'll see a Latin inscription that says Truncus, which translates to trunk. And we all know sometimes the human torso is referred to as the trunk. If you do pay close attention, you will notice the torso doesn't actually harm anyone, which means he's probably the weakest of all of the ghosts. But that doesn't mean he is not terrifying to behold. Given the story you'll hear soon regarding the torso, this individual can actually be pretty dangerous. But we don't know if he's dangerous or neutral. He doesn't have any arms or legs to hurt people with. His ghost file is represented by poker cards, and you'll find out soon why. The torso is the ghost of Jimmy the Gambler Gambino. And this is what Cyrus Criticos had to say about the torso. Most people have gambled at least once in their life. But for Jimmy the Gambler Gambino, betting was his life and death. The son of a bookie, Jimmy spent his childhood days at the track instead of at school, and his nights in the gambling dens of seedy bars. Eventually, Jimmy opened a booking business of his own. Unable to turn down a bet, he barely covered his payoffs. Jimmy's reputation caught the attention of a made man, Larry the Finger Vitello. Larry approached Jimmy to place a large bet on a long shot and heavyweight fight. Jimmy knew the risk, but needed to uphold his reputation. So he shook hands with Larry and sealed his fate. As his fighter took a deciding blow, Jimmy fainted to the floor. When Jimmy came to, Larry had arrived to collect his winnings. But Jimmy was cleaned out. So Larry made an example out of him. Actually, several small examples. He chopped them into little pieces, wrapped them in cellophane, and then dumped them into the ocean. Together they form the pieces which complete my search for the torso. There is the story of the torso. Now, to get into the things that I really enjoy about this, I already shared I appreciate that the actor was a double amputee. So they utilized the disability community and employed somebody, even if it was just for a week or so, which is great to me. I love that the ghost is wrapped in the cellophane that his body was discarded in. They could have gone a much gorier route than they did. And I think it's actually really good that they didn't, given some of the other characters and some of the other gore that happens in this movie. I like the torso's backstory a lot. It's definitely intriguing and leaves your imagination open to the possibilities of who Jimmy was and what trouble he really got himself into. Jimmy may not have been a very dangerous man, but a stupid one, because don't make bets you can't withhold. So there's the second sign in the Dark Zodiac from the movie 13 Ghosts. I hope you're enjoying this series. I look forward to sharing the tales of the other characters with you. Thank you so much to my patrons. I really appreciate your support as always. And from my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day. Don't make bets that you can't keep, so you don't die before my next video.